Unstoppable, that mean them can't stop ya. Unstoppable, on our way to.
Yeah, when I tell you, I love that intro there. That intro there just, every time I hear it, it just make me just feel some type of way. You understand? Big up to Amai Sky, you don't know, it's the artist who did that song there. You understand? Because it's a powerful song. I like it. I know so that song they have the whole of anywhere when you hear that song, they want to be like, wait, Unstoppable last start? Wait, Unstoppable there. But don't worry yourself, that song will be playing soon and very soon on the airwaves somewhere. We're on there. You understand? Big up to everybody. Tonight is Monday night. Boy, hey, I can tell you, you see this lockdown thing you have me, I'll forget the days of the week, you know. You should have seen me. Today is Sunday. Oh, yeah, today is Monday. Showtime. And that's why I start late, lie. But anyway, so we're there tonight, and we're going to have a conversation with a brother who has something we want to share. You understand? So, hope everybody ready to get into this conversation. As soon as you forward, click that share button for me there and share it out to mommy, share it out to granddad, share it out to everybody and say Unstoppable is on. All right? And also, make sure to hit the like button as well, because the more interaction with the live show is the more YouTube promotes the live show. All right? So if you're a silent listener, crawl out tonight. Just jump out in the chat section and interact. Mingle with the people them and get your conversation going. And make the regular them welcome you and big you up. So if you're a silent listener all the while, just jump in, man, and say, I was once a silent listener, but now I'm active. All right? So let's get into tonight's topic. And I'm going to tell you something. It might be a little bit of a treat tonight. Tonight's show may just go over an hour based on the little bit of intel when we get. Say, boy, Unstoppable, that one here I go little saucy and long. But let's just see how it goes. So let me take a look on the topic. What is the topic tonight? The topic says, and you might recognize this brother your face as a matter of fact. I'm going to look on the picture when I'm supposed to recognize him face. She blamed me after her brother died. But was I really to be blamed? That is the question. She blamed me after her brother died, but was I really to be blamed? So we have the caller on the line tonight who is here to share his experience with us tonight. And we're going to introduce him. He is none other than the highly anticipated, the one, the whole I want to say, listen, who no need to make sure Susie, no, Unstoppable a TR picture me I see. Yo. So, Susie, it's a possibility that me put up TR picture by accident. Well, I'm going to make sure I say I write thumbnail me show no. Wait there. Okay, no, I write thumbnail me have up. All right, so, let's get into tonight's topic. The brother that wants to share his experience tonight is a familiar name. It's someone who we all know and love. So let's introduce the king of the royal, and you make sure to turn on back your mic, you know. The king of the royal family, TR Nayeri X, better known as the TR Show. My brother, what's going on? You are live with Unstoppable.
Yeah, I want to say greetings to one and all. Greetings to everybody that is in the chat tonight. Thank you so much for coming over to support our brother Unstoppable Live. He's been doing this for a long time and he's professional at what he does. He's so seasoned in what he does, and so he just brings across straight professionalism. Now, I just want to say thank you to everybody who has been supporting him from day 1, day 2, day 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and those that are still here today. Big shout out to everybody who gave the stream a like and a share. Thank you so much for coming to participate in the sharing of my story tonight. Thank you, Unstoppable, for having me.
All right, my brother, it's a pleasure to have you here tonight. So, I know you say you have an experience you want to share. So, we're not even going to do too much long talking, you know, right? What we are going to do is I'm going to allow you, just like any other caller, even though you're my brother, you understand, we know that go already, but I'm just going to allow you to make the people them hear what it is you have to share. So go right ahead, and where I feel the need to ask you a question, my brother, I will just jump in and ask you whatever question I need to ask. So go right ahead.
All right, so this story is coming from me being on a call last week that triggered the whole what is happening tonight was triggered last week from something I said, which was I said that I was tricked and the mother of my child moved in with me and I did not realize what was happening until everything happened. But we're gonna try to cut the story as short as possible. For those of you who were here last week, you remember me saying that my girlfriend at that time was not so well, and she gave me a reason to move in, which that's normal for most female to feel comfortable when their significant other or other half is a protector and someone who gives comfort when there is the need for comfort. Now, when she was sick, and she was working, of course, and she got leave from the doctor, and the doctor decided that she needed about 2 weeks off from work to heal from her sickness, whatever was bugging her. Anyway, she called me and she say she wants to come stay by me for these 2 weeks because she feel better quicker. She gets well faster when she's staying around me in my presence at my home and so forth. So I said, okay, no problem. You're my girlfriend, so come along. And she came, and of course we enjoyed staying together for 2 weeks, even though she was sick. But I was more of a caregiver, a caretaker, and so I treated her well for the 2 weeks. But after 2 weeks, I realized that she did not go back to work, and the leave that was granted to her has ended. So in my thoughts, I'm like, why is she not gone back to work? And then I asked what happened, and she said she have to take more time because the doctor told her that it was a reaction, or she was it was some allergic situation. She was allergic to something in the shop or in the hardware that she was working, and so she had to take a break from where she was working. So now she's not going back to work because it was her workplace that caused her sickness. So she's not going back to work. So that's a situation in itself. Now here's the new situation. Few weeks later, she told me that there was a problem in her home and her things were destroyed. So she would like if I could keep them for her. So, I said, of course, I can hold the things at my place for you until you get well and until you find a place to put them. At this time, I was actually living in a shared apartment with my mom. So my mom and my siblings were there, but it was not like I was a child sharing my mom's place. This was a rented house shared by me and my siblings and my mom. Anyway, it reaches a point where my mom decided that she can't live into a house where her son lives with his baby mother, so my mom left. And then after my mom left, it was me and her and the kids. And then, eventually I realized that what I did not see happened. We were now living together. So then automatically we started a life. We started shopping to buy little things like a little stove, a little dresser, to add to what we had before. We never had a lot because it was new. Anyway, I'm going to try to cut the story so we can fit it into the slot, into the 1 hour slot or the 45-minute slot. Now, what happened? We live together now, and we had a child, and plus there was another one. So I had my stepson and my daughter. So we were like 4 people living in a home. And then years passed, years rolled by, years rolled by. It became 1 year. So 2 weeks became 4 weeks, which is a month. And then 1 month became 12 months, which is now 1 year. And then 1 year became 5 years, and then 10 years, which is now a decade. Now, in the 10th year, something happened. So I noticed a trend that was no a bother to me. This was so bothersome because after 10 years, I realized that I was coming home to see her siblings at my home or at our home, and there was never a call to say, hey, my brother or my sister or whoever is coming over this weekend, and so look forward to seeing them. And so every now and then I would come home and I was graced with the presence of my siblings in law, or my in laws rather. And then what happened after that is that I was not comfortable with the situation, because this was what happened. I did not get a call to say someone is coming over to spend the weekend. And that's what I want. I want respect in my home. So if somebody is coming to spend a weekend, I expect that somebody will call me and say, hey, X, Y, or Z is coming over for the weekend, and expect this or expect that. But then that didn't happen. What happened was that they came for Friday, and then Saturday they were still there, and then Sunday they were still there, and Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday and Friday and Saturday until weeks. And I'm like, hey, what is happening here? I was not prepared for a 2-week vacation of your siblings. Why don't you say something to me? Anyway, it happened time after time, like every now and then, every month, this would occur. And I get frustrated, and I didn't like it, and we argued about it, we argue, and the argument get overbearing, and then the relationship started to deteriorate, so we weren't as loving as we used to be, because the siblings are now in the space, and she was getting closer to her brothers, and I was getting further away from her because I was not comfortable with the situation. Anyway, what happened is that it happened so often, and I couldn't take it. And then this was the serious part. This part was the killer. Somebody said this was the straw that broke the camel's back. Now, one Saturday night, I decided to buy, say man want to chug up themselves, so man want to drink some juice and nice up some punch and drink some dragon and oats and peanut and mix up and blend and egg and banana. So me go shop and buy me things them and mix up and blend up and put me juice on the fridge to settle down for me for when me come from church Sunday afternoon, because I'm a musician at the church. So I went to the church to play, and after church I went back home, and lo and behold, guess what happened? Me good strong juice on me mix. Them drink it off. Them drink off every spoon, every bit, and left the container in the fridge. Somebody said, hold on there. So not only did you just drink my juice, you leave the dirty container in the fridge. I was so mad. I was so upset. The thing drive me. I said, no, man, me can't do this no more. I can't do this anymore. Now, but it also have what it was soda in the fridge. Them tell me used to drink a lot of sodas. I may have me soda in the fridge. So me I say, all right, since them drink me good juice, me go drink some drinks then. So when time me go for the bottle, for drink me drinks. The drinks gone too. Them drink the me punch, and then them drink the drinks too. So nothing left. So me I say, all right, me go mix some lime and some sugar and eat me crackers. You see when time I go to the cupboard for my crackers, I'll go up to take up my crackers gone too. Everything done. So may I say, not only was my space invaded, but now my things are going missing. And things that I'm dependent on, or I'm depending on these things. Now, this was what happened. I got so upset that I called her and I said, hear me. I realized that you don't care about my feelings. I have a problem with this. You're not addressing the situation, and I am tired of it. So I said to myself, since we are living together for 10 years, I can't just put her out in the street. I can't just say, you know what, well, I will pack up and leave me. We couldn't do that. So because of the caring person that I think I am, I said, you know what, you can't live without your siblings, and I can't live with them. So here what, I am going to leave. So even though the place belongs to me, I will leave. So I packed a bag and I went to my mother's home. And this was Sunday.
Wait there. So let me ask you the first question. So if I can remember correctly, you said this woman moved in at your house without you even inviting her to come there, right?
Right.
And then all of a sudden, the whole family are moving without you telling them it's okay if you come there, right?
Right.
And then you pick up yourself and move out of your own house?
Yeah.
For what reason?
That was when I was weaker than anything. Me heart did too soft.
No, but Tia, I mean at the
So
end of the day, See, remember, I know you and our brother them there. Are you and she there? I know and our brother them give you no pitney, and she give you a pitney. So at the end of the day, it was your right to say, listen, una there too much. You understand me? Not a problem, I do not come look for una sister or whatever, but una there too much. And worse, una invade my private space and I eat up my things them and drink up my things them where una not replace or even contribute to. So it was your right, brother. So at the end of the day, me not see why you made the decision to move out. That's like you tell them, say, yeah, what? See the place there, wanna take it, wanna go on with it. But anyway, continue. Go on, my brother.
you're right. You're right. And as a matter of fact, it is actually those things that I did back then that make me the person that I am now. I am very much a straightforward man, a very strong man who believes in principles, and I don't stand for foolishness anymore. Those days I was so soft, my heart was so soft that I'm looking at, I just care for them, I don't want to do this and that. But that is not the person that I am now. That is not the person I've grown, I've learned my lesson, and I am very strong now. So those days are gone, and them things are not again. But Unstoppable Life, you're certainly right. That was the way. That is what I should have done at the time, but it never happened. But anyway, well, let's get back into the story. So I moved out, and I was not going to move forever, but this was more like showing her how serious I am. I'm saying, if you can't live without them, and I can't live with them, then we're gonna have to separate. So I went to my mother's place because I had somewhere to go, and so I said it was easier for me to go somewhere as opposed to her leaving and probably not having anywhere to go, and I would be responsible for further damage. So I said, in order to not create further damage to the situation, let me move on. So the Sunday evening, I packed my uniform. I was working in this office at the time, and I pack my uniform in a bag. I take one suit and I leave, and I went to my mother's home. Now, after I left for my mother's home, I was there for the Sunday night. I got up in the morning, went to work, worked that Monday, and go back home the Tuesday night to get another uniform, go back to my mom again Tuesday, and went to work from my mom's home that Tuesday. Now, Tuesday night, I decided to not go back home that night. So I stayed at my mom until Wednesday. Now, Wednesday after work, I did not go to my mom. I go back to my home this time. Now, what happened when I went home? My home was empty. So there was no girlfriend, there was no siblings or in-laws or anybody. The home was empty. So I'm like, okay, everybody is left, so then I can
Hold on. Empty in the sense as in then clean you out, as in take all the furniture and sit there and gone, or empty as in them left and gone?
Yeah, them left. Everything is the same.
Okay then. Okay.
Right. So now that me alone, they won't know me. I say, all right, everybody gone. Me have all the space for myself now. So me go bed and sleep and spread out and sprawl out, as the mother call it, and everything good, everything crisp. But that night, that Wednesday night, at 12 o'clock, she came home. My girlfriend at the time came home, and when I was in the house, she came in the house. And these days we weren't talking, so we just in the house, but we're not talking to each other. So big malice a go on. Me not talk to her, she not talk to me, nobody not talk. So she do for her thing, me do for me thing, and nobody not deal. Anyway, the brothers did not come back home. Now what happened is that at about 12:30 that night, her phone rang. And when her phone rang, she picked it up and she answered it. And after she answered the phone, she tossed it in the wall. And I was like, what's going on? But because me not talk to her, me no business. And she started to cry and bawl out and I asked, why, God, why? And I said, okay. But because me heart tough, me not appear no mind same way. Then the phone ring again. And she hand the phone to me and say, answer this to me. Like she was like panting. She was like, answer this to me, answer this to me. And you know, I took the phone and I answered the phone and I said, hello. And when I said hello, what was coming from the other end of the line, me just hear somebody say, everybody dead. Me say, what? Everybody dead. Me say, what you mean everybody dead? Him say, everybody dead. No, this was the voice of a man. Him say, everybody dead. Me say, what you mean say everybody dead? Him say, everybody dead. You know what me say? And then he started calling the names. He called 4 names of who died. Now, who died in this moment was the mother, the sister, the younger sister, and of course, guess who was in the mix? The same guy that was at my house was also in the mix of the 4 people who died. And me I say, John Star, what is in the night, King? What is in the night, King? And he must say, yeah, man, them dead. And him hang up. He asked me where the female was at the time, where your girlfriend. Me say, she round this up. She said, no, me don't want to talk, just hang up, And we hang up. And, you know, she cry and me try to hush her. Me say, I don't know what to do. Because these are 2 people who not talk this whole time. And then now, I did not know exactly what to do. So, me I say, Osh, but Osh can't help because of people dead. And, you know, me can't do nothing. I can't buy anything. Me can't do nothing at all to solve this problem. This problem was now bigger than both of us. So, we waited. I got a taxi and we go over to Spanish Town police station, which part, you know, one of them was still at, that was still alive. And then we go over the hospital to wait on the bodies. And we're there at the hospital from 3 o'clock in the morning till 6 o'clock, till about 6:30, I go to 7. The bodies came in. And when we look and realize them for true, and the brother that was at my home was in the mix. I said, John was star. And the whole feeling of losing half your family and all the stress and crying upon me. Me can't take crying on them something. I cannot be around people who is crying and the whole bawling and woe, and God, and the whole world suffering. I said,
it is a sad thing to hear you say that though, because to lose your entire family is truly a sad situation. But majority of the viewers are asking, in which that is not even the topic, but you can touch upon it a little bit. Majority of the viewers are asking, how did they die? You don't have to go into too much detail about that, but you know, just
they were gunned down. All of them were gunned down.
wow.
And this happened in Spanish Town. This was a massacre that happened in Spanish Town where half the family was gunned down. All of them were murdered. And it was a very sad situation. I am the type of person, I barely cry. I actually don't cry. I used to tell people that I cry every 5 years, and I actually don't cry for physical pain. I want tough brother. Me no cry. Mm-hmm. And something of you really touch me deep. For a tear fall from my face. Me no cry. And you know, while everybody was crying, I had to be the strong one to, you know, gosh man, you know, you have nothing to do with it. So me I was like cheering her up and I said, it's not your fault. You couldn't help the situation. And you know, me I tried to tell her everything that I could to tell her to cheer her up. But funny it is, the following day, after me done cheer up, say, boy, it's not your fault and blah, blah, blah. The following day, me hear say my fault. If I did not run him away from my home that Sunday evening, that he could go back to his home, he would have been spared. So now it was my fault why he died. And that was a dagger in my heart. And I said, but have mercy, God, now look on this now. Now, based on the type of person that I am, normally I don't do blame games. Everything that I am responsible for, I take full responsibility for my actions. Because if you start the blame game, I will go right back to the Garden of Eve, Adam and Eve. Because every blame and every person is attached to the next thing. So if you're going to blame me, say, I'm me cause it. Me I go blame you, say, boy, if you never did bring him come on my yard, this would have happened. And then there is so many people to be blamed because you have to go blame the gunman them. You have to go blame this person, you have to go blame that person. It have to go back to, say, if your mother never meet your father, he wouldn't have Uno fi dead. Say, if your
But
granny never meet your grandfather,
but
the blame go right. So,
but TR,
me not do the
as Dennis said, you moved out, brother. You're not even put him out. So what you mean by a year for because if you never make him leave? As far as me can remember, you say you move and go see your mother. So how is it
Yeah,
your fault?
it can be my fault. But she wants say it's like a psychological game. So me no want move out, but me want make everybody feel bad. So me move out, and because she feel bad, they move out because of the pain they're causing me. So now, if I had nothing to say about it, then it would not be my fault. Me didn't
Mm.
just sit and laugh and be happy about the situation and just welcome the nonsense. But as much as I try, and that's why me learn my lesson from those days. Say, you can't try hard enough to please people. At the end of the day, what everybody need to do is the right thing. Try and do the right thing at all time, because no matter how best you think you're doing, somebody out there not pleased with you. Somebody say no, are your fault, or you should have do this, or you should have do that, or you should do it this way. You should have done it that way, or you should have done it. Everybody have their own perspective on things. So, but it was really sad that it boiled down to be my fault. Anyway, the story continued, and the we saw I took the pictures of the bodies because I was at the hospital when the bodies came, and they were even saying that same guy that was at my house. They say if them did take him to the hospital that night after he was after them shot him, he would have survived because he did not die until the morning. So they must say, because them just leave him in the house, make him suffocate in blood, that's why he died. And then everything became my fault, my problem. If me never run him, or if me never talk, or if me never do what I did, he would have been alive today. I mean, no, enough people stay like that. Enough people blame you. Even when you do the right thing, people still blame you and say, you shouldn't have done that, you shouldn't have said that, it better you uncomfortable and make everybody happy and blah, blah, blah. But this whole thing continued, and for some reason, as much as my heart was not in a good place because I was blamed for all this folly, then it was still me who was being by her side, giving her comfort, giving her all the necessary things that she need. In fact, guess what happened after the whole shooting? The family, the rest of the family that was alive moved in. The rest of the family that was alive moved in, and they stayed with me for that entire weekend. I was the one cooking and caring and doing everything to make sure everybody is okay. I was the one who is going around because remember, everybody traumatized. And even though me traumatized too, me have to behave like me not traumatized. So me have to go around and say, well, go on, brother, you all right? You all right? You all right over there? So, no, all right? Everybody all right? All right.
But TI, so the entire family moving. But my question is this. Did they discuss it with you first before them just moving at your house? Or them just get up and moving just so?
Everybody just feel like say the home that the accident happened, the massacre happened at the home in Spanish Town, and everybody feels somebody might come back. So everybody feels they want to be somewhere else, and the only place available on the planet is my place. And so everybody, no one ask any question, nobody say, all right, we're gonna come jam over your place still little more. Everybody come, and then at that moment, my heart was definitely not at the place to tell nobody, say, yeah, what, I'm not trying to come here, so, My heart didn't even suffer them time there, because I say, boy, losing 4 people, especially your mother. I say, me can't imagine how that feels, sir. So everybody come, man, everybody come. All of them pack up and come. It's like me never even care that time.
Me feel like you're just too kind-hearted at that time. I feel like you're just a little bit too kind-hearted because at the end of the day, remember now, and I mean, don't get me wrong, nothing wrong with having compassion, you understand, in somebody's sad times, nothing wrong with that at all. But at the same time, your home. And having all kind of people run up in your home, I mean, me personally not comfortable with that. But hold the line, TR, drink some water for a while. Me take the little 30-minute break there. You understand? We reach at that time right now where I'm going to big up the people. So take a little water break, my brother.
All right, we're gonna look off the mic again.
All right. So at this moment, I'm going to say thank you to everyone that has been contributing to the show so far. All right. As you can see, we are tuned in with my brother TR NayeriX from over there from the TR show. As you say, the topic we are run on the screen says subscribe to the TR show. So you know, so no need to go over there and go check out TR's channel. If you are new here and don't know who TR is, then you can see him live and in living color right now. So you can go check out him channel. Now, let's big up the people who bless up this show, this CM show. Yeah. All right. Melissa Milburn, thank you so much for your super chat contribution. Sophia James, thank you for your super chat contribution. Annette Thompson, thank you for your super chat contribution. Lola, thank you as usual for your super chat contribution. And more officer Joanne R, thank you for blessing me up over there on Zelle. Totally appreciated. And everybody else who blessed me up over there on Zelle, thank you so much. It is appreciated. And see the Melissa just rolling again. All right. Big up yourself, Melissa Melbourne, again. All right. And no more officer to the PayPal crew. More officer Dave Smith. Big up yourself. Thank you for your PayPal contribution. All right. Deborah Jackson, thank you so much. And Sophia James over there as well. Much love to you. Natalia just rolling. Mary Mish just rolling. Darlene just rolling. Thank you everybody who is rolling in with your super chat contribution. It is totally appreciated. Natalia, Darlene, and Mary Mish, much love to you guys. And to anyone who wants to support the show via super chat, PayPal, or Zelle, the Zelle information is right up. Wait, oh yeah, see there, right up there on the screen. You can contribute to the show via Zelle and get your shout out, your direct shout out and thank you. All right. Or if you want to contribute to the show via PayPal, you can go to the about section or the description or the comment section of any video on this channel, and the PayPal link is right there. Now, super chat is right in the where you type to chat. There's a little dollar sign there. All you have to do is click it and you can contribute to the show. All right, it is that simple. And as usual, I must say thanks to everybody who is here just simply viewing the show tonight. Whether you are able to contribute or not, I want to say thank you just for being here. And before we go back to TR, more officer big up to Liba Unstoppable. I don't know how much I want to done say Liba picture, but I put up Liba picture on Instagram and WhatsApp and Facebook, and Liba a rock out our Unstoppable merch. You see it? Oh yes, I said it. Yeah, Liba a rock out our Unstoppable merch. Me I tell you, so if you no cap on Unstoppable merch yet, you no need to go check it out, because Liba get fear one. It was delivered, and Melvelina get fear one as well. It was delivered. Me never get for put up Liba picture, but Melvelina still there. Yes. So see it here, Melvelina still a rock fear merch, and Liba just sent me her picture today as well. So big up to Liba and Melvelina, the first ones to actually receive the merch. I know some people message me and say, Unstoppable, I placed my order, but it's still shipping. So as soon as them reach, you just send me on the pics. All right. Rosemary Clark, thank you for your super chat contribution. So let's get back over there to my brother TR, who is going to continue his experience. So let's get TR back on the line. TR, you're there with the same way, right, my brother?
Yes, sir.
All right, so continue.
All right, before I even continue going further, I want to say we know what the internet system is like. We know that the earth or the world is governed by the internet these days. The internet, if you want any information, the fastest way is via the internet. Anything you want, the internet is the fastest way. And news, them always say news fly fast. So I know at some point in time, some of the people that was involved in this situation is going to see this video. The killers, or some of the killers, might eventually see this video as well. Some family members might eventually see this video. I want to take this time out to say it is not my intention to bring back any ill feeling. I hold no grudges against anybody, and I don't want to bring back bad memories. It was not my intention to bring back any memories to anybody. So forgive me for sharing my reality story. Anyway, the story continues. So before the funeral, I was the person who was responsible for making everything happen. Not in terms of finance, financing the burial and so forth and so on, But for comfort and providing a space and a home and a place, I was strongly behind all of this. So, after the death of the family, and I tell you, this was hard. I'm going to tell you something as a matter of fact. 2 or 3 days after this death, um, before that, I had not cried for about 5 years. And me sit down upon my bed, I'm bad like a baby for the girl. I have a picture of the little girl. The little girl was 11 years old. Now, she had not done anything on earth to be killed or to be murdered. But the last of the siblings was 11. So there was an 11-year-old, there was a 17-year-old, and there was a 19-year-old at the time, and the mother. So 4 people died. 4 people, they were gunned down and they died. Now, the story about it is another story. We're not going to share that on tonight live because that's our whole story in itself. We're going to involve all the forensic files to take care of that problem because that is a deep story. But anyway, days after the killing, and it was getting closer to the funeral time, I was there, pushing everybody. So it's going to be okay, it's going to be okay. It's not your fault. It's not your fault, everything is going to be fine. And I'm, trying to encourage everybody to stay strong. It's a trying time. My shoulder was bigger now, broader, and everybody was leaning, of course, on my shoulder. Anyway, it got to the funeral time, and of course, the situation had separated me and my girlfriend at the time. And after the death, it brought us back together. So while we were separated because of this situation, the death brought us back together because now I have to be there for her. And I was that shoulder for her to lean on. So I was there with her every step of the way, wherever she goes. I am the person, encouraging her to stay strong. And, and then it so happened that the funeral happened. And I went to the funeral. We all dressed and we went to the funeral, and it was a sad day, the crying, and I had to be I'm so sorry I did not send the pictures to Unstoppable. Oh no, we can't send it because our picture would have on it. Anyway, I was like that soldier or that security who was standing beside the coffins because she had cried and she had ripped the casket them apart and she wanted to tear down the whole thing. She had said, no man, it was just horrible, and I was the only one that was there to console her. I was the one to say, no, it's okay, everything is gonna be all right. And that day at the I think it was at Dovecot, some rain started fall. I mean, a piece of rain fall and nobody decided to come out of the rain. That was the first time in Jamaica me not see people run for shelter because me always notice anytime rain set up, everybody draw for umbrella or go look for a little shed for shelter. This time, nobody don't move. Me in the rain I went up, she in the rain I went up, everybody in the rain I went up. And, for some reason, after the death, it seemed like a whole burden was lifted. And we got closer and, everything was fine and we back home and lovey-dovey. That never happened for a long while. We lovey-dovey the night after the funeral and, things look like it'll get back together and ting. But I thought this would have been a learning experience and everything would be okay. Apparently, it was not. Because the next set of siblings them were left alive, the whole thing start over again. So this was another episode. It was like a whole series. And what happened before the whole death was just the first episode. And then a whole next thing start again after that time. I say, days after days, I would sit on my bed and I would cry. Not for the situation that I was currently living in, but I would cry day after day after day for the 11-year-old because the 11-year-old was so close to me because I was around when the child was born. And I remember going to the home to take up the little girl and to, play with her and hold her. And I remember this child was so close to me that whenever I go to the house, she would just run, come, hug me, and sit down in my lap. And I remember when she turned 2, going to 3, I started to tell her that it is not okay to just sit in people's lap, especially men. So I was teaching her that you have to stop this habit. I know we are close and I understand and we understand, but as a girl child, you have to stop this practice or this habit of, running to sit in men's lap. So every time she run towards me, but I make sure that she not just come jump in my lap. So, me try to find ways of, giving her care and love without her sitting flat in my lap. I just don't love the idea. So even though my heart clean and everything about me clean, I was always trying to prevent these things, because I know every man stay like me. I know every man I go have a girl sitting in my lap as much as he's a child. Some man don't have no heart and them don't have no responsibility, and some man is just straight out dogs. So even though them call man on a whole dogs, but I know every man stays so. Some man are really dog for real. So I always try to encourage her not to just sit in men's lap. No matter who, if I could be your uncle, brother, father, no matter who, just don't practice the habit of sitting into guys' lap. And so we became close, and she remembered my words, and she always embraced me, and we were like such close knitted. And me cry, me cry. Me the person when I cry much in my life. So before this time when me cry, it was like 5 years ago before I cried since I cried the last time. And when me say me ball, man. When me say me ball, you could have stayed out a road and hear me in a temper. And she used to come in and hush me and say, "Know yourself, dude, man. Things gonna be better." But that was a hard thing to get over. And I have had family members that have passed on years ago or some time ago, and none of them never get to me as much as this one. So much so that me have a picture. I have a picture of her in my wallet from the day she died until today. Even right now, me still have the picture. And every time I look on it, me shake my head, because she died at 11. And I remember looking at my daughter, which was 11 as well. And every time I look on it, I say, God knows that. My family, my siblings, not my siblings, my children, go to that house as well, where everybody was murdered. And it is funny that, my stepson was at the house that night when everybody was killed. And would you believe it that he was under the bed sleeping? The man under the bed asleep, and gunshot fire and 4 people dead, and him no wake. Him no wake. Anyhow, him did wake, him gone that night there. That would be the last of him. And when he tell his story, he will tell you that him remember him feel some ashes a fall upon him. Him say him just feel ashes upon him face, and him a brush it off. And as far as he's concerned, he's in his sleep, and him there near the fireside, and some ashes. It's like a dream in my dream. He's beside the fire, and ashes just a drop off upon him face, and him a brush it off in him sleep. Only if you know, say, a real life story happened. People are dead around him, gunshot and gunpowder drop on him face, and him no wake up. If him did ever wake up that night, that would have been the last of him. He was 13 years old at the time, and the 11-year-old was killed. The 17 and the 19 plus the mother was killed. And if he was awake, he would have been killed. But this child was always a child who enjoyed the floor. He would just go sleep on the floor. There was just a thing with him on sleeping on the floor. So because Jamaica hot, he would have find some comfort in the cold floor. So every now and then he would have sleep on the floor. And that was the only thing probably that saved him that night. And they said, John Oster, God upon his side. And it's not easy to lose family members and loved ones. It is not easy to lose them by accident, like by sickness or, one car crash or something happen. But when somebody go murder your family them at gunpoint, is not an easy thing to carry. So my burden to carry at that time was a very hard burden, because if you notice, enough burden me I carry. I am carrying the frustration of what I was faced with. Then I was carrying the frustration of what they were faced with. Then me I carry my own feelings of the people who died, which was my family. And the whole thing just caused chaos. But anyway, we live and time goes by and we get over it. But it started again when other people from same family decide to just come over. And for those who know me, you know that I'm a musician. And I used to go on tour. So I would just go on tour for 6 weeks or 2 months or 3 months. And then when we come back home, up your problem because when I'm there, some of these things is happening. So you can imagine when I'm not home, the crisis that takes place. So the whole thing was just a mess and a mess and a mess. And there's some of the story that I try to leave out of the picture because it might take us into now. Because a lot of people, a lot of things are still in
Yeah,
the
we
now.
know.
The
We don't
entire
want we don't want to get into the no, so leave some out.
yeah,
we,
we
we don't want to get into the no. All right, so people, we are having a conversation with TR Nayeri X from the TR show. All right, and he is sharing his experience. Now, I know this is not the way I'm used to. You're not used to just seeing me on the screen. Come and see some people jump on and I say, where is Unstoppable? Where is Unstoppable? But I'm still here, but we're just doing it visual. So me and my brother are on the show tonight, but he's sharing his experience as I'm used to, but I'm just see the caller tonight instead of just hearing the caller. All right. Now, more have to say, Kerry Unstoppable, hope that you feel better soon. People wanna keep carrying on the prayers. Kerry just commented that she's having a high fever, and during this time we have to be very cautious when it comes to fever. We have to get real concerned when somebody said them have a high fever in the during this time. So everybody, please keep Kerry in on the prayers, because Kerry has been a loyalist who has been here for quite a while, and we just want to make sure it's a Kerry. All right, so everybody make sure keep carrying on the prayers for me there. All right, and Kerry, please, whatever you have to do, make sure you do it and stay here with we. Cause the unstoppable family, now you're gonna be left with. All right. I want to say, Mama Millie, big up yourself. Mama Millie said, TR boy, that show you had tonight, but sad at the same time. So TR, big up yourself, and Mama Millie, big up yourself for throwing in that word. All right. So TR,
mm,
what
yeah.
what is things like right now between you and this woman that you speak of, your baby mother?
Say we actually have a good relationship because I am the type of person who I take care of my children. I definitely take care of my children. So I do everything in my power to make sure say my children is being taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
Now I create a good relationship, regardless of how things went. I make sure that I create a good relationship because this is how we're gonna nurture the children. So we can't make the picking them see the whole heap of puss and dog and vex up and cuss and quarrel and go on. So we create a good relationship, and I try to be there as much as possible. So we still have a good relationship.
Mm-hmm.
I still say, how are you doing? How is life? How the kids? And I actually still do video calls. So, I don't just take it to say, all right, life is over. You're east and I'm west, and so that's life. I still do video calls. I still check in to say how things. And even in the coronavirus, where extra help needed for stocking up of groceries, I still, do my due diligence to make sure, I send enough so that my kids can, be okay because they don't live with me, they live with her. So,
Mm-hmm.
I create a very good relationship that, things don't have to be bitter all the time. And as a matter of fact, the bitterness for me is gone. I don't have any sense of bitterness in my heart. Boy, this did happen, that did happen. My heart clean right now, and all I have is strictly love. So I can even say right now, me still love and care for you.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that things not happen the way we wish it would have happened, but still love and care for you, and how me still me respect people regardless of how you do things, and some things happen because of how a person was raised. So not because I was brought up a certain way, and my principle level might be on a high, and people cannot live the way I live and how I do things. We understand that some people were brought up in a home where what they've seen is what they're actually living, because when your parents live a certain lifestyle, it becomes the norm for you. And when you become an adult, you try sometimes to live the same life because it was the norm. So I try not to make anything, bother me so much that I cut people off and say, you know what, enough of you, me no want nothing to do with you again. So I
Mm-hmm.
am currently still, present and putting in my part of the work and making sure that everything is okay.
All right, my brother. All right, so Tia, what you say? You ready to get some questions from the listeners tonight? You ready
Yeah,
to
man.
get into that? All right, so right now, viewers, what we're going to do, we're going to allow you to call in and ask TR a few questions, whatever questions you may want to ask, or if even if you want to give TR a little positive word, because I see somebody a while ago comment and say, TR, I think you may still be a bit traumatized from this whole situation. So if you have a little, if you have something you want, anything you want to say, whether you want to ask a question or you want to give TR a positive word based on what he shared tonight, it is totally fine to do so. The phone line is open right now. It is 876 420 3368. And remember, it is WhatsApp only. All right, WhatsApp only. And TR will answer your questions. All right. Now, let's say thank you to the persons who contributed to the show once again. I want to say thank you to Moodman, who just contributed via Super Chat. Thank you, my brother. And Joy Blackwood, big up yourself every time, Joy. Zena, just a roll in. Big up yourself, Zena. All right, so Tia, we are get a call in right now. So let's see what this person has to say right now. Good night, caller. You are live. Talk to me.
Yes, I want to know what kept him going and like where did he get his like strength from? Like when he said that he had to carry her, I want to know like what was in his mind or he was thinking so he could like carry like give her the strength that she needed. Like where did it come from? Maybe within him or within his mind.
All right, Tia, you heard the question, my brother, right?
Yeah.
All right, hold on before you answer. All right, caller, that's all you had to ask?
Yeah.
All right, thank you for
Yeah.
calling. You could listen to the response on the stream, all right?
Sure,
All right,
sure.
thank you. All right, so TR, the caller asked you that question right there, my brother, so you can go right ahead and answer that question for you. What is it that, carried you on is what the caller, I think that's what she asked, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead, answer the question for you.
So first I want to say I've learned over the years that the belief system was a very powerful system. It doesn't matter what you believe in. As long as you believe in something, it gives you the strength and courage to carry on. So that's why I always tell people that you got to believe in something or someone. No matter what you believe in, I know. Some people believe that as long as you believe in the Almighty God, we all have different beliefs. Some people believe in a God, some people believe in a Buddha, some people believe in a Allah, some people believe in a different things. It doesn't matter what you believe in. When you believe in something or someone, that is what gives you the drive and the push to go over the hump, to carry on. So I was raised in the church, and of course I was not a Christian, but because of my whole church, I was brought up in church, and my father was a minister, and I believed on God so much that I believed that God was able to carry me through whatever I was going through, and because I believed so much on God, I lean on God. So because God was my foundation, that was what made me strong, because God was all in all for me. Everywhere we turn, we just depend on God. God, you're going to see me through. God, thank you for carrying me through this problem. So God was my foundation in which I stand.
All right, my brother. All right, so Mona Lisa, I think TR answered your question in that very statement that he just made. You said, what kind of upbringing did you have, TR? So I think TR answered that question just now in the statement that he made. All right, now, I want to say big up to Nicole Fowler. Nicole Fowler says, I'm loving this show. Welcome, Nicole, and thank you so much. It is totally appreciated. All right, so once again, for everybody who is here who doesn't know who this man is on the screen, because you're not used to seeing my big face, not Fim big face, right? For everybody who are wonder, well, I wish other big face man this, because we used to Unstoppable with Fee Big Face, our next big face man there tonight. This is TR from the TR show, and he is here to share his experience with us. And so far, it was a touching one, sad one, but yet still a bit jovial and entertaining just the same. All right. So, like I said, if you have anything that you want to ask TR or even say to him pertaining to what he shared, the phone line is open. It is 876 420 3368. All right. And it's WhatsApp call only. All right. So, Joanne R., thank you so much for your Zelle contribution. Sophia James, big up yourself, PayPal and Super Chat. Annette Thompson, so much appreciated your super chat. Lola, Unstoppable. Mama Millie, much love to you all the time. Jacqueline Chang, thank you so much. Melissa, Unstoppable, big up yourself. Mary Mish, all the time. Natalia Grant, much love to you. Darlene Riley, Rosemary Unstoppable, Moodman, and Joy Blackwood, thank you for your super chat contribution. It is totally appreciated all the time. All right, TR, you should be a motivational speaker, is what Zena Connect says, TR. So we have to tell Zena, say.
I have been a motivational speaker. You just did not know. But if you go to my page and read my About section, that's what I do. Actually, I am a motivational speaker, not just a practicing one, but officially a motivational speaker. So yes, I've been doing a lot of motivational speaking. So you're on point. You know, whatever caused you to say that, you're on point because that's what I am.
Well, me I go tell you what caused her to say that in a TR. So you know, remember, she was the one who was in the conversation with me, you, and Karen the other night, and she was like, "Well, and the man, TR sound like imperfect." Marie, you remember Marie? She named Zena Connect.
Oh,
yeah, man.
okay.
So she that just checked in a while ago. All right, watch I know about see it, me didn't know. All right. So TR, we have come to we're at 57 minutes now, so we have 3 minutes left in the show. Oh no, the show is 1 hour long. So we're at 57 minutes in the show right now. I'm going to give TR the last minute before me do the big ups to say whatever he may have to say lastly. So go right ahead, my brother.
Yeah, I just want to say that anybody out there that is going through any problems, it doesn't matter what problem you're going through. Your belief system is very important. You know, you got to strongly believe in whatever you believe in. I normally say if you don't believe in anything, you will be just like a piece of paper floating